Friday the 13th. Now, numbers, patterns, frequencies. It's quite incredible. And you know what? I never knew how much until now. You know, I used to not like math class so much. It's a little confusing sometimes. I wanted to be painting pictures and hanging out with Mother Earth. But I really realize now the sacredness of math and patterning and sequences. You know, when you put numbers together, you form a sequence. There's a pattern created. And patterns and numbers and sequences created life, created frequencies, harmonics. Right now, I've received a couple of messages, and wow, they are quite incredible. And speaking of harmonics, we are in a state of imbalance. And that's what this message is about today, twin flame alchemy. And that, yes, numbers do mean something. They do. Always wants to come and be a part of things over here. I'm gonna have to make a spot for him. This is not gonna work. No, it's not. We are in a state of imbalance and disharmony because we are disconnected. Where that will start us off with this message. The Four of Cups. This is where we are disconnected. We're feeling the imbalance. We're not feeling our abundance, but that's because we haven't connected to the right cup right now. We need to connect to the tree of life. And the tree of life is connected to our internal blueprint and the pathways that we are taking to have spiritual expansion. Now, we are transforming on the path of the moon, and that's to come back together and connect. Masculine, feminine, child, body, mind, soul, the heavens and earth through us. And that beetle is here to show us that we are transforming. And our ancients are helping us. We're working with very ancient energy, but we're transforming it with that Fibonacci sequence and spiral and creating a new. The energies that we are connecting to right now are the Queen of Cups. And the King of Cups, because we're going to transmute the cups. Now the Queen of Cups is working with Thoth. Right down here. Receiving downloads and information in order to help us with this alchemy. And I know this path very well. I am a Queen of Cups myself. And I have worked with alchemy and feel very close to Thoth and his energy. The King of Cups is filling his cup with his solar plexus chakra. And that means he knows where he gets his personal power from. And he gets his personal power from the light. We have to do chakra healing in order to free up all this energy and be able to use that energy. And look, he's using the energy of the mind because he's connected from the soul star through down to his crown, having his third eye activations, because he's done all this chakra recalibration with the energy, and now the energy is flowing through him properly, so he can use his solar plexus in order to fill that cup with, and that's stabilizing him. And he's creating with that energy. And we're about to create with some cups energy. We are working on saying goodbye to the devil energies that are holding the children hostage, holding us separate. With all this glittery gold that we know, All that glitters, it don't mean a thing. Life means happiness, joy, creation, advancement in our Fibonacci sequence and spiral. And in order to do so, we need to resolve our issues and free ourselves from the cage with help of spirit and be that phoenix rising from the ashes. And the phoenix just burns up, knows when it's time to burn up, say goodbye, and is reborn through their ashes and created anew. But it's through fire. So there's much transformation process there. There's much symbolism there. Now, in order to create connection, it's all about the Two of Cups. We want to be creating in this space right now. But in order to do so, we need to see what we need to see. We need to connect the dark to the light and expand, because the dark is part of us and we're not feeling whole. We need to end separateness. So we're going to heal with the energy of the Two Cups, but we need to see what we need to see. We're about to go on a path of expansion through number sequence. Now, 2 plus another 2 cups equals 4 cups. And that's where we begin transforming. Now here in the 4 of Cups, we are ending our anxiety and creating peace. But in order to do that, we need to connect to the Queen of Cups energy in order to create and expand anew. And this is connecting to our gifts, to Mother Earth, to Source, as well as transmuting with the cups. This is the great nurturer. This is the great nurturing energy. This energy is going to allow us to teach connection and love of the inner child. And this energy is going to allow us to let that inner child out to be freed through connection. Right now, we are stuck in this energy. And I think, or many of us have been stuck in this energy, know this energy very well. We were going to get the message from the 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups. I am hurt and I am poisoned by life, sadness, disappointment, and loss. Often we act as if life purposely torments us, working against us and causing us to blame others for the circumstances we find ourselves in. Feeling victimized, we then punish ourselves or others for not being good enough. That seed of self-contempt and misrepresentation often are born and perpetuated in childhood and becomes the ill-conceived projections of floundering adults. Too often survival is then accomplished by not playing in the game at all. Thereby, we avoid any chance of getting hurt or not participating in life like a ghost watching from the sidelines. And we don't want to be doing this. We want to rebuild our lives in order to receive our blessings. And we need to be grateful for what is around us. And in order to do that, we need to reconnect back to life. So, here within this Four of Cups energy, we are going to reconnect back to life. We're going to get a taste of what that looks like. Thanks to Temperance. She's going to make her grand appearance within our lives to show us. And how she's showing us, we're going to work with numbers. We're going to work with patterning. Temperance, my lovely Temperance, is right here within this tarot. That's the imagery. But to me, this is what I think of when I think of Temperance. This imagery here. The 2 cups and all the water and Mother Earth and the alchemy of the cups. We know the cups are going from lead to gold. So we are going to rebuild our lives. We're going to rebirth. Now in this 4 cups, we're going to be receiving some medicine. Let's see what it is. Alrighty. There we go. Look at that, guys. We're coming together. We're not in withdrawal anymore. We're not in isolation. We're coming back to unite. So we don't feel like life is working against us. Flip straight to the page 2. Triple confirmation. The twin gods. Uncertainty. The twin gods are prevalent throughout Native American mythology. Sometimes they are represented as good and evil, fighting each other for supremacy and control. Some myths say they co-created humans, which is why people have both good and bad qualities. In some traditions, they are not good and evil, but opposites, like day and night, life and death, summer and winter. In these cases, they are rivals rather than enemies. Sometimes they are even partners working together on a task or quest. In this card, it's used for ritual divinations incorporating the directions and the paths of the planets through the heavens. So this is connected to the planets through the heavens and the path that they take. So we know we are coming back to one. And this has to do with imbalances. But they are all part of us. This is all part of us. Everything is all part of us. And it's going to tie in to the 11 of Cups message we are going to receive here after we do a little bit more math. But we need to accept everything as a whole. Dark and light, hot and cold, yin and yang in flow. Confirmation from the child right there. Here's the great alchemist Temperance within another deck. She's adding the masculine energy of fire and the feminine energy of water through the cups, and she's doing alchemy in order to create anew. And here is where we're going to start doing some number sequences. As it's Friday the 13th, and it's all going to tie back in to one. We know we were talking about 1111 and heeding the call. And this all ties into the alchemy of what we're doing. Now, you take 4 cups, plus 2 cups, and that equals the 6 of cups. And the 6 of cups is where we begin the detoxification of the soul. We purify. We were purified to find self. We have to remove what isn't ours. We have to remove what's keeping us stuck. We want to purify to get to the inner child, because we're going to birth that inner child. And that's going to help us start anew. And this is one of my favorite images of the 6 of Cups. Thank you, Patch Tarot. Gotta get me some Patch. I love you, Patch. Spirit Science has changed my life. I don't have time to watch it like I used to because I've been called to focus on my expansion. But when I was starting off, I watched a lot of Spirit Science. Help me make sense of what I was unearthing, the knowledge that I had received. Now, in the 6 of Cups, we are doing chakra healing. We want to free the child. And the child is connected to the rainbow light because the first 7 years are connected of our life. The first 7 years of our life are connected to the 7 colors of the chakras. So we're going to free the first 7 years of our life so that we can do some alchemy of our own. Alright guys, I'm clearing everything off. These cards are going to be wild all over the place today. Alrighty. Earth energies are powerful at times. Mother Earth harnesses natural energy, which we cannot control by anyone or anything. It is her divine nature which creates our landscape and shapes our lives, whether we like it or not. The fearsome energy which she stores can be unleashed without warning and without heed. More synchronicities and signs. As human beings, we are at her mercy. When we spend time studying these energies and gain a better understanding of what is occurring, we may improve our chances of minimizing the effects if we are prepared. Anger is bubbling up inside you, and it's an emotion you are quite unfamiliar with. You have no idea what to do with this pent-up energy, and even though you are trying to keep it under wraps, it sometimes slips out of the most inopportune times. You are then left with feeling of guilt and remorse, maybe shame, what you perceive as your lack of self-control. But don't beat yourself up, but do spend some quiet time getting to the bottom of finding the triggers which keep setting the anger off. You won't have to look too far initially, as you will find the answer fairly quickly. But it is deeper than what is going on at the surface. The challenge for you is to dig a little deeper and find the true reason of your anger. Once you pinpoint the underlying issues, it will cease to have power and in turn will give you back your sense of control that has been eluding you. And this is within, they say 2 weeks, but I don't know. Now, this looks very much like a serpent. It also looks like a little sperm. But of course, you know, we need to deal with our anger, and we've also been talking about that here. Our anger being passed down through our family lineage and healing that with our children. Our actual children, our inner child, and the children within the collective. So we're not passing that down anymore. We don't need to pass down anger and conflict. That's just keeping us separate, and we know we're ending separateness. And this is what we're doing right here. We're ending separateness, and we're uniting with our freed energy. So we're freeing it. And we're starting with the root. And that helps us with a recalibration to the Earth Star. Because we want to blow all the way up through our bodies with all that energy through to our crown and hit the Soul Star chakra. And then we're loving life. Now we know what this space feels like. We're creating joy from lust. We're healing from the devil energies. So we have a taste of what that feels like. And we know that we're recreating connection with the Three of Cups. So we're going to spill out some of this water. And this is a different image of the Four of Cups. So this is the Four of Cups. Now we will spill out some water so that we can make a connection and connect back to life. And that is when we're hanging out here with the moon. The energy of the Hanged Man is helping us to release what needs to go so we can reconnect. Now, when we are reconnecting, that is part of this energy here, part of the picture that we are creating. The Three of Cups, wow. The Three of Cups is connection. It's connection to the light. Masculine, feminine child. Body, mind, soul. The earth, the heavens through us. Now we need the three because the three equates to the shape of the triangle. And we know that the triangle is the strongest shape there is. We are creating strength of the light. We're creating strength of connection and we're creating harmony. We're creating a harmony. That's what we want to do. And we know it's connected to our abundance. Now guys, if you see the cards shuffling and around in the background here, it's because I'm channeling messages, I'm going through them. Now, the magic is happening within the Three of Cups. That's where the great transformation is occurring because we're reconnecting. So we're going to start transforming from the serpent energy in order to raise our vibration because we know that we need that light in order to fill our cup. Now, let's just get a message here and see what we're healing. We know we're healing. So let's get a message of healing. Because healing is how that serpent going to expand with the serpent energy. We're no longer going to be the serpent that chases and eats its own tail. We're going to heal and transform from the serpent to the eagle. All right, there it is. Flew out on the devil card. Change physicians. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for leading me to the best healer for this situation. Amen. So you don't literally have to be changing physicians. You may be called to. But this is being led to the best healer in order to help with your transformation. And quite often it's ourselves. Yes, we're going to connect with people along the path. But we start with healing with ourselves. And we can use angel energy. We can use the energy of Mother Earth. The light from the cosmos. The light from, the sun, the moon. But there's the two serpents right there. And it's really about being led to the best healer to help you with your transformation. Because not always, when we're still stuck in the old templates, oh, we're going to go to the physician, we're going to go to the doctor, but we're not feeling healed, and we wonder why we're not feeling healed. It's because we're not going to the right person. We need to find a healer, and we also need to be a healer thyself. And we know Thoth is here. Thoth is here to help us with this transformation. we're gonna use some more cups energy. The thing is, we need to cleanse our sorrows. We need to cleanse them. So we're going to take these 3 cups and we're going to plus 2. And that gets us to this space here. The 5 of cups. This is dealing with our emptiness. Why were we empty in the first place? We have to go to the root of the problem. We're drinking all those cups we need to transform. But we need to see something here. In this 5 of cups, we're having an activation from above and below. And that's what we need to see. We need to see what this activation is. And we're going to find out what that activation is right now. Because we know we are following our true north home, I was called to have this oracle deck for this answer. We're going to open up the gateway here from the heavens to the underworld so that we can retrieve the pieces of our light and of ourselves that we've lost in order to create wholeness. We've also literally opened up the gates. All right. What are we doing here? What are we seeing that we need to see? And our losses are connected to the energy of Mars and what we need to fight for. Mars shows us what we need to fight for. I love it, guys. It flew out on the 9 of Cups and the Queen of Cups energy over here. Mending bridges. I heal rifts. I am a mender. Look at that. This is mending separateness. Mending connection. Mending harmony. This is everything we set out to achieve in order to heal from the 5 of Cups energy. Making a difference. My inner light shines far and wide. And we also are unearthing our inner light. That's why we need to go retrieve pieces of ourselves from below.
Everybody subscribe to my mommy's channel. 3, 2, 1. You're as fast. You subscribed to my mommy's channel already.
Thanks, boo. What a great activist for what I'm doing here. This guy's my biggest supporter. I love him so much. Speaking about mending bridges and making connections and allowing our inner light to shine, he's the biggest reason within my own universe as I'm seeing why this work is so important. So we can lay these patterns that we are creating for these little guys to feed from and learn from. That's how we're going to change things up around here for the children. And that's a reconnection to our inner child. So we can understand those feelings, because at the end of the day, this is all about feelings. Energy in motion. And you know what? Our feelings are what get us into some of the spaces that we're getting in to begin with. But it's in order to see what we need to see. They also help us to form habits. You know, we're speaking about on the 11/11 reading, activating to heal with the earth. And just things that we may be called to do, as we're all unique, so we're all going to activate in a different way. And one of the things that I was called to do was to quit eating meat. It was on my path. I came in contact with a cow. I became friends with him. And I realized not only could I communicate with energy and others, it also included animals. And I had a moment with that cow. After that, my life was forever changed. And, you know, I know it's hard so much of the time, you know, with still the old templates of old Earth. Still want to go back to doing things the old way. But that's where I find my personal power. This is myself. This is a piece of me. I've unearthed it. This is what I resonate with. And yes, it may be hard to go against the grain, but I'm going to keep going. Now, there's more and more vegans popping up every day. And I'm not here to advocate what you should or shouldn't do. You need to be called to do what you need to do. And, you know, that triggers a lot of people. You say you're not going to do something, and that triggers a lot of people. But it triggers something within them for a reason. And I've just allowed whatever I'm doing and whatever I'm saying, if it triggers somebody, then it triggers them because something is going on with them within them that they need to see. I've already accepted these pieces of myself, and I've worked hard to accept them. And I'm not going backwards, I'm going forwards. I'm going to my true north, baby. My true north. Right there. Through mending bridges and making a difference. I still live with people that eat meat. I'm not I'm leading through what I'm doing through my energy. And I've watched them eat less and less through my transformation. We always got, no matter what, a pot of vegetables going. And I'm happy. All right, don't want to get sidetracked. Now, that's what we are unearthing in the Five of Cups. What happens when you take 2 cups and you plus another 2? Here with Temperance. 5 plus 2 equals 7. And this is where the magic is happening. The magic is happening within the 7 of Cups right now. Big time. The 7 of Cups is where we see through our illusions. What we've been creating in those cups, because we've been creating in them. But now we have to look at what we've been creating. Have we been creating and building off of illusions? And that's why we feel empty. That's why we feel disconnected. That's why we feel like life is trying to harm us. Because we are co-creators of our universes. And now we're woke, so we can consciously create something new. And we're going to consciously create life through us. And build from life and build from the light. Within this imagery of the 7 of Cups, it is so powerful. There, within this sphere, there's a baby being created. And this is the energy to the child that we are birthing. Because we need this vibration. It's part of us. We are programmed to lock it away. But we're unprogramming ourselves through these number sequences and patterns in order to free ourselves. Because this equation is all about freedom. This connects us back to the birthing of the child. And we are going to have a reading strictly dedicated to this message because I've received more downloads for this. But it doesn't have time to do that right now. Start getting too confusing. And that would mean that the Hermit energy is what we apply here. We're going to apply the Hermit energy as it's connected to this cosmic egg, to the 7 of Cups. So we need to go within in order to achieve this transformation. Now the energy that we are using in the 7 of Cups is the Princess of Pentacles. Because she's going to give birth. And she's going to give birth, and we got the message of this Princess of Pentacles in the 11/11 reading. Will you heed the call? I'm going to link it down below for anyone who wants to check it out. And it's connected right now to death. And here is where the new person is reborn. This old person is passed on to symbolized by that skull. And life is being reborn, symbolized through that flower. And that is the key. We want to be creating with life in the cup. And that life is connected to our life. And that's what's happening in the cosmic egg. And in this temperance card, I love it, not just because you can see the alchemy. And we also have the lion and the bird. This is the representation of the cosmic egg. She's creating within. It's connected to the cosmic egg. And that cosmic egg is connected to the transformation. This is the key right here. The key to our transformation. The alchemy. And this alchemy is connected to this space right now. And what is happening here. Now the Seven of Cups is a complicated place now of transformation, because this is what they're showing me, where we're splitting off into different directions. The Seven of Cups plus the Ace of Cups equals the Eight of Cups. Because we're going to be connecting just to the one cup. So this is where we're really going to connect to the Ace. And the Ace is allowing us to form compassion. And compassion for that child. Compassion for life. Compassion for self. Compassion for everyone that's here on the planet. Life. We're creating with Metatron's cube here, and we are transforming again with that serpent energy. And this is where now the devil energies are part of us, but they're part of our past, because we are creating a new. Now, how do we create a new? We've reached the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups gets us back, creating equality, ending separateness, and the reunification of the Three of Cups. So now we're reconnected back to this transformative space. With the serpent energy, we know we're using the serpent energy. And this transformative space we know is connected to our abundance. Our Ten of Cups, or Ten of Pentacles. We're just going to talk about the cups right now, so we'll use the Ten of Cups. So we're connecting with Saturn. Saturn is the Lord of Karma. Saturn's right here. So we're going to balance our karmic scales. We're going to heed the call. Now, we're going to go back to the 7 in a minute, but we're going to flash forward for a minute, guys. Now, 8. Plus Temperance's 2 cups equals the 10 of cups. But I want you to see that in this deck, it even shows you we are reconnecting back to the 3. There's the 3. 8 plus 2 is 10, and there's the 3 cups. There's the connection within the 10 of cups. And we know that the 8 of cups is all about the 2. And the serpent energy is making itself known and present within the 2. As well as the 3. And we've transformed it in the 10. Now this is the energy that's going up the Kundalini. This is why we're doing chakra healing. And it's also represented by the caduceus, the staff of Hermes, the transformation that we are making. That is right there. These serpents have so much symbolism for us. And the serpents are connected to the solar eclipse energy, our great revolutions. And this is where we connect the dark to the light and we change, and we are the serpent that no longer eats its own tail. And the serpent energy goes back and connects us back to the Prince of Pentacles and our 1111 awakening code reading. Because there is the solar eclipse right there. That beanstalk is getting growth from it. Now, we're going to switch back to the Seven of Cups, because we know the 10 is here. We're creating the 10. So, we're back in the 7 because we're birthing life. We're birthing life through connection. Now, 7 plus 2 is 9. So this is another pathway we are taking and to understand the alchemy of the cups. Now, the 9 of cups, what's happening within the 9? We've created flow. We've created happiness. That water is freed. And now we're expanding with the cups. And I love this 9 of cups representation. We are creating shapes within those cups. We are grounding our soul from the heavens into those cups, our light, and literally creating with them. And this is our Fibonacci sequence as we're growing. And that Fibonacci sequence is not only connected to one of those cups, it's connected to the balancing of our karmic scales and the Fibonacci sequence expanding from that space. That's why the 8 of cups is important, because we need to balance our karmic scales and connect to the dark and the light, the sun and the moon. Now within the 9 of cups, this is where the magic of the transformation is happening. But I want to have the 8 present here because we split off from the 7. We're going to get a message for the 8 and a message for the 9. It's probably going to be one of the most important messages we're receiving right now, because this is where the path really takes a whole new direction when we're seeing through our illusions. All right, a message for the 8 of cups, please. Increase great gratitude. So we're connecting to the cycles, life, in order to increase. And we know we're increasing in this place because we're at a place of reunification. We're going to connect. And it has to do with our consciousness. We're going to connect to gratitude, and it's gratitude of life. And this cycle is taking us home. And this great gratitude, it's connecting us to all of life's rhythms, messages. This is, communicating with the animals, communicating with energy. We are energy. We communicate with energy. And during our passive expansion, many of us are learning how to communicate with energy more and more every day and all the time. We're expanding our consciousness in order to be able to see that. There's a universal language of energy, and that connects us back to our emotions and doing work with the cups. The cups energy is energy in motion. She reminds me of Cinderella playing with the birds, singing her authentic tune with Mother Earth. Connecting more to the sequences that we are creating with here. We're gonna get a message here from the moon, because the moon is helping us to download and create in this Nine of Cups energy, as we know from the full moon reading. That's how we receive this message, these two cards. This is the Nine of Cups. And we're getting downloads and we're having a third eye activation. Let's see what it is, guys. Let's see what it is. A win-win outcome is forecast. And this is connected to the full moon in Libra and the balancing of karmic scales. And this is connected to partnership. No matter when you pull the full moon in Libra card, it encourages you to find a balance between your desires and those people around you. Balance is a very Libran energy, and the full moon brings it to its peak. Dramas and upsets bring partnerships to the fore. Libra energy also brings love energy, and negotiations are easier. And this is, we let go of what's falling away and we restore humbleness and we balance our karmic scales. By this point, we understand what true partnership looks like. And that's what we're setting out to achieve. That's why, you know what? We want to experience this energy, the energy flow between the two becoming one. The alchemy of the cups, baby, twin flame alchemy. Now, this is where things get wild. Things are about to get wild, guys. We have 9 cups. And I need to find my temperance. Where'd she go? 9 cups. Plus 2 cups. Equals 11 of cups. And we received that message at the full moon in Virgo reading. Water. The 11 of water is a balancing and realignment card, addressing emotional disharmony, influencing your choices and environments, representing the need for us to see the whole and how to balance it, and how an imbalance can affect us so directly. Love and fear. How many times have you heard someone say that a choice or action was made from a place of fear? Emotional intellect, love, fear, expression, suppression. Head, heart, ease, disease. These are all opposite energies, uniting to come back as one. We are being influenced by emotional disharmony. Both love and fear motivate us. Which force is the more dominant? Unvoiced emotions must be expressed. Addressing unhealthy imbalances. Suppressed emotions create disease. Seek a productive means of emotional release and be proactive and mindful of your emotions. All this stuff has to do with our emotions and the freeing of our emotions. Healing with our emotions. Expanding with our emotions as they are energy in motion. Now, we need to know what motivates us most. Is it fear or love? Because the truth is, most of our actions are motivated by both in equal measure. Fear and love, like creation and destruction, cannot exist without one another. They can even appear to be the same force, depending upon one's perspective. The 11 of water signifies a need to see that you are often motivated by both forces at the same time. Love and fear are two halves of the same whole, and each flows into the other. However, an unhealthy imbalance can occur when fear becomes the dominant force and prevents you from breaking free of painful situations or relationships, thereby preventing you from leading a happy and productive life. And that's why this is the equation that equates to freedom. This is why, and this is what we've talked about here before. It's just like temperature. Temperature is temperature, but it's also hot or cold. They're both the same thing. It's just from one version to another. And we have to bring things back. And we're going to get even into doing some more equations as E equals MC squared, and everything has an equal and opposite reaction, and that's how we're going from the dark ages to the golden ages. Because you see yo-yoing. You see we go extreme one way and then we go extreme the other way. It's the balancing effect in between, and this is just universal law, and much of this is accepting universal law. Because at the end of the day, we want to heal. This energy helps us address the subject of suppression and expression. Suppressed emotion can lead to illness. Emotional stress can manifest in the form of depression, anxiety, high blood pressure, inflammation of the body, and in turn, disease. And we're healing from disease. It's part of why we're awakening. There can be a real and life-threatening consequences to suppressing fear, anger, and sorrow. And this is about understanding that the 11 of water is showing us that life it's not meant to be lived on an even keel all the time. It's much about the alchemy of the cups and experiencing the ups and downs, the highs and lows, and then we learn how to temper ourselves in between. This is just so powerful. Let's see what we are activating in this space. You can see the symbolism within these cards, how they go together. We're removing our mask. We're ending separateness that the devil energies has caused us. We're being enlightened. And we're pulling in the energies of opposites, which is the twin flame path. And as we pull in the energies of opposites, we unite and transform. And it's through healing. We do shadow work. We heal from our ego trying to protect us and causing us self-harm, keeping us stuck in karmic loops. We end that. Okay, too many cards. And that energy felt way too frantic. Guys, I'm always speaking about this energy. I'm always in such high anxiety when I do these types of readings because I don't want them to get too complicated and I don't want them to be too long because I want you guys to join me here. And then when I start getting in that energy, the readings, it's not happy or healthy. So I need to regroup, recenter, get this energy right, and know that this is all unfolding in natural time. My goodness, as 18 cards come out. The Father and the Bardo. There is light and dark within this image. And we know it's all about the journey. It's all about the path right now. And understanding the path. And we're understanding the path through our integrity. The Great Father, the masculine, the protector. Alongside the mother, the father resides in the central axis of the archetypical family. The father embodies both light and dark aspects of the masculine. Thus, he is infinitely dynamic and complex. His energy is strong and regal, embodying such virtues as honesty, wisdom, and loyalty. Yet ironically and simultaneously, the father is often absent, literally or emotionally. Through absence or action, the father eventually reveals that he is neither a king nor a god, but a human being with many flaws and wounds. He is both the guardian and one who leaves us to the wolves. Here yet gone, the champion and failure, the father can never resolve or escape this duality. It is inherent. In this archetype itself, witnessing the father's limitations allows the child to grow beyond the family into the world. This is about becoming a student of masculine energy. See the father as a pattern, not as personal. And I think that's really key in doing inner child healing. If we've had an experience with a father, masculine energy within our life that has wounded us, we forgive, because we know that if we don't, we're just hurting self. But that experience helped us to do better, to have a generous charge in order to find gratitude, to be better. You know, we don't often make the best transformations through positivity. We experience these negative things within our lives and we're like, yeah, I'm gonna do better. I'm not gonna, because we feel it, right? That's how we felt it. We felt it in experience and we don't want to feel it again, or we don't want to make someone else feel that. So we expand from it, and it's not like, oh, I hate masculine energy. No, we have masculine energy here. It's within us, it's all around us, and we have feminine energy here, all around us and within us. But it's restoring two parts of the whole. Seeing two parts of the whole. Look, there's the flip side of the coin. And this coin has a triangle in it. This coin has a triangle to symbolize our connection to the Three of Cups. We are reconnecting here through understanding this energy. We're restoring all parts of ourselves because we know we need the masculine, feminine, and child in order to create our abundance. So we have to heal with the masculine energy. We've been healing with the feminine. Now we need to heal with the masculine. That's direct message of where we are at with this transformation. And the masculine is healing with the masculine as well. The bardo, the lineal, the in-between, the transition. It is said that the bardo is a place between the life and the next, a liminal realm through which souls pass. Envisioning this inherently mysterious space creates the potential for us to rise above the concerns of this world and see our relationships through a cosmic and timeless lens. And that's powerful. And wow, I've experienced this myself. Just understanding that, like, I watched my father pass away, speaking of the masculine energy, and watching him pass away because his right to heal was taken away from him and he was stuck in the old templates, and he listened. He passed on far too soon. And he had a right to heal from the devil energies, and he had a right to restore his masculine energy and heal with the feminine and masculine within and release the inner child. But he couldn't get there. And you know, watching him and like all these messages that I just bringing up my own so I can share them with you so you guys can resonate with them in whichever way it's going to help you heal. But you know, I watched him and it made everything he went through and I experienced with him made me want to do better and made me want to understand that yes, one day I will pass too, and tomorrow's here, and why this all really matters. And this is an active space. It's an active space when we understand this. It's very active for our energy. It's very active for making the shift. We may receive messages from those who are no longer with us or see visions of lives not yet lived in. In the bardo, there is a potential to forgive the unforgivable, to say the unsaid, to see the unseen, to love the unloved. to let go of all the things that cause us pain. The bardo suspends us in its spaciousness for just long enough to open us to the higher wisdom. Its energy does not belong to Earth as we know it, but rather to the cosmic network of which we are a single thread. And there's our connection to the heavens, to our loved ones that have crossed over, that are still a part of our path. And I hope that this message has helped many of you that join here to heal and feel love, to feel some of this energy shift. When the veil between this life and the next is thinned, energy is stirred. This allows for remarkable healing and vision. And all these skulls surround an eye. And this is the energy in which we are having all of our activations. And I don't think it's a coincidence that this eye is connected. And I'm going to get the Ace of Cups to an eye. And there are reptilian eyes on these cups. But look at the eye that we're expanding with. The eye of cosmic light. Cosmic visions, creating cosmic transformations. Guys, now this is where things get wild, okay? Where's Temperance? Where did she disappear to? She's right in front of my face. 11 plus 2 equals 13. And today is Friday the 13th. And they wanted me to share this message on Friday the 13th, and I had no idea till I put it all together. And now I'm telling you guys, every time these things happen on my path, I just believe that much more as well. And I'm glad I get to share that with you. You know, before my awakening, I believed in none of this. Nothing. You lived, you died. I was so caught in the ego games. And after my awakening and watching this path unfold, boy, do I ever believe in it. I really wish a camera could follow me around all the time and I could just share all of it with you guys. And then you guys would be like able to share in this magic and wonder with me. But I always remember that is part of my relationship with the divine. And I get to at least share what I get to share with you guys, so you guys can go out and create your own magic and wonders. That's what we're here doing. Now, I have some very sacred cards here. We have sacred geometry, so I want to pull in all these numbers together and get a message for this equation. Gonna give these cards a shuffle, guys. Quick shuffle. Alright, we'll go sideways again so that I can take care of my hand and allow it to heal. There's the card. And that one's flipped up. So we'll see what that is after. Clarity. Stay clear and focused. This is about our clarity. With the octahedron. Unconditional love. We're finding our clarity to end separateness, to end fear, see what we need to see. And boy, that looks like a star to me. Much symbolism of this North Star here. And oh my goodness, you guys, I picked up just a card out of there, just a random card to show it to you, and look what card it is. Once again, not a coincidence. Awakening ancient wisdom, deep inner knowing is emerging within me. And I literally just pulled that out of the deck. That's what I mean. You need to have cameras following me at all times so I can share all this from all different angles. We need to stay clear and focused. This is adding... Look, this is connected to tracks. What's going on here? Clarity. Stay clear and focused. The clouds of confusion clear. The star lights my way. Reminding us that it is important that you stay clear and focused on what you need to do. Don't let others' judgments affect you or put off what you need to do. Clear perception allows you to become aware, comprehend, and decide the right way of understanding and interpreting situations. Sacred geometry. When our mind is clear of all clutter and cloudiness, our perception and understanding are strong. When our mind is clouded, we feel confused and frustrated. We struggle with judgment. Our perceptions and intentions are important when it comes to decision making. We use all of our senses. Seeing, hearing, thought help us to understand and acknowledge ourselves, our surroundings, in order to set the intentions of what we need to do. This 8-pointed star is here as a representation of manifestation and balance. The number is symbolic of as above, so below. Number 8 again. Creation, destruction, destruction, creation, that lemniscate. The star brightens and enlarges the more time you spend with it. There is also a representation of the Merkaba, which has 8 points or vertices. The Merkaba brings body, mind, and spirit into harmony. And that's what we're doing. And this is connected to number 7. Now we're going to work with one of the platonic solids, the octahedron. Unconditional love, I open my heart to allow love of self and others. Octahedron has come to you today to remind you of how beautiful and loving you are. It is here today to tell you to fully give and love others. We also first and foremost have to love and honor ourselves. When our heart is balanced, we live our life with loving kindness and compassion towards others. We emit love and warmth, which others can feel and are attracted to and feel peace around. You are coming from a place of love, without judgment. Universally, love is seen as the number 1 attribute to keeping your world a better place, free from war, anger, hatred, and misuse of power. Love is the unifying force that will change the face of the world and ultimately change the energy and vibration in which we live. And now we've come full circle, and that's why I had to just grab this card here, because this is really about the Ace of Cups. That's sitting right here beside this octahedron. Thank you for helping me keep all these connections straight today. And it's this relationship with the cup, with source, past, present, and future, our emotions, and it's our relationship with our emotions and the feminine energy, the mother energy. But that's why we need the father. That's why we need to expand with the father energy, because that's going to help us restore wholeness through the water. We're changing vibrations. Sacred geometry. The octahedron is one of the 5 platonic solids. It has 8 faces, works with the element of air, and corresponds to the heart chakra. Its dual is the cube. And the cube is masculine. But we know we're coming together. And there we go, number 8 again. Our physical body is connected to the source of everything by the octahedron. In 2 dimensions, a diamond. The top of the diamond connects at our soul star. And this is a diamond body. So the top of the diamond connects to our soul star. This sits above the crown chakra and is connected at the bottom of the diamond at the earth star. This sits below the base chakra, or the root. This message is on point. Thank you, Source. Thank you, Spirit. I love you guys, divine energy, for being here. The heart is considered the seat of the soul. This is the center of our higher self. Within this center, we deal with the issues of unconditional love and compassion, self-acceptance, self-worth, peace, purity, forgiveness, and unity. We learn to love everything. We learn there is a gift in everything and give gratitude for all that we have. It also is the center in which grief can be felt. So we're healing the opposite energies and uniting them and transmuting them and expanding. The color is green and pink. It affects blood circulation, the immune system, lungs, the endocrine gland, and the thymus. Immerse yourself in colors of green and pink when needing to work with the center. Carry and sleep with rose quartz, absorbing the vibration of love. Read daily affirmations relating to love. And now it's all about just taking time to give yourself self-love, looking in the mirror in not a loathing way, but reflecting and seeing back love. And that's to help us to create this lovely space right here. And this connects us to the numerology 4, which is where we're healing from this space. So look, all these numbers are connecting to form another sequence here to show us that we are on point with what is being created within this pattern. And it's unconditional love. We open ourselves to love, especially ourselves. We are then able to connect to the true essence of who we are. That is our soul. We can then follow our heart's every desire and truly connect to all. And that's why the message was from the full moon in Virgo reading, the grid, grounding your soul, ground your soul, whatever it was. And that was my channeled message, was to ground. We're grounding our soul through the 10 of Cups, and now it's all here. Wow. Friday the 13th energy is lit. Now, as we know, the answer is always simple. I want to pull in all of this and get one single message to see what's happening here. I mean, the Sacred Geometry deck did an incredible job. But this reading was very complicated today, and I feel a little off. I want to make sure that I'm center point over here with you guys. I want to make sure that we just get a simple answer for what has transpired here. To put a prayer into these cards, guys. I want this message to be extra sacred. And as I say that, well, it's this card right here. But you know what? We'll take all these messages. We'll read the message from this card. Say thank you. We're going to say thank you. We're going to be grateful. We're going to have the positive charge in order to make our connections. Take bite-sized steps. This is not going to be, Rome wasn't built in a day. We're challenging fear here. Just going to take small steps. Slow and steady wins the race. Tell the truth. This is key. You got to be able to tell the truth. How are you seeing through all these illusions in the 7 of Cups? If you can't tell the truth, you're going to be sitting there lost for a very long time. Or you just keep going to be redirected back to the 7 of Cups until you tell the truth. But once we do all of this, we're going to spread the light. And it's connected to number 11, talking to God. And that's why I was called Want to Touch This Deck. Because we had to make it all the way back to number 11. And you can see that these cards are connected. And 11:11, when we start seeing 11:11, we are awakening. We are awakening to seeing clarity, making the connections in order to ground unconditional love. We're coming back to 1. We're coming back to love, and that's why this ancient wisdom is being activated within us. The answer is simple: spread the light. Your spirit is powerful and inspirational, and can even heal those around you. One of the most potent healing acts of spirit is to witness and acknowledge its light in others. Look around and notice who's in need of being seen. Notice those whose light of spirit is dim or at risk of going out, and reignite their fire within your recognition. Tell others that you love their spirit. Don't be afraid to speak this out loud. To be seen in the light of your living spirit is a highly healing experience, and one that you can spread. Today, you're called to be the healer. Give a compliment, acknowledge a service person, write a letter of recommendation, open your wallet and give a healthy tip to the individual who helped carry all your bags, waited on you at the restaurant, or picked up your garbage. Smile and say a hello to the homeless man or woman. Wave to a neighbor, be friendly to a stranger. Especially acknowledge the light in the one whom you have the most difficulty appreciating. This will heal you. You've been called to spread the light all day. Enjoy. And this is just ideas of how you can spread your light. And do it that's unique to your own path, what you feel called to do. And now number 11 has made its grand appearance, because we know it's time for us to talk to God, because we are expanding through prayer, talking to God, and meditation, the listening to God, is how we're going to heal. Stop talking to your ego. It only confuses you and makes you fearful. Besides, its advice is terrible and never brings the results it promises. Converse with God instead, a source, higher power, whatever that is for you. Instruct your ego to be quiet and allow your spirit to have a heart-to-heart with your loving Creator. Ask the divine for direction. Listen with your spirit in the very center of your heart, and don't permit your ego to interrupt. The divine is always available to you at any time, and in fact, has been waiting to hear from you. The real, authentic, divine, lovable, and lovely spirit you are. Tell God what you need and expect guidance and support. Your Creator loves your spirit and wants you to be happy, even though your ego has been telling you otherwise. And your spirit loves your Creator and wants the same. It's only your ego that causes problems. So stop talking to it and start talking to God. There you'll find the answers. So we're going to find the answers. You're going to find the answers. And the moon has something to say. We're going to talk to God. Huh? Well, let's find out. And the card line is straight up and down. And this is what God has to say. The divine source, is time to release negativity, and that's connected to the full moon in Scorpio. This is a direct message from the cosmos to stop worrying. Worrying is pointless. It's time to release any negativity you have around the situation. If someone has been unkind to you, perhaps it's time for you to release them. This card heralds an emotionally intense time, because full moons and Scorpio energy are extremely intense. It's time for you to feel all of your feelings. There's another connection again. And we know Scorpio is Cups energy as well, connected to the water. And this energy is all about moving away from what's toxic. This is how we're going to heal from those devil energies that are here somewhere. We're going to use this energy to heal from this space. And that's connected to the full moon in Scorpio. And you know what, guys? This is just wild. There's the scorpion right there. And the scorpion is telling us to release negativity and transform. It's time. It's Friday the 13th. Let's go create some magical times. And speaking of Friday the 13th, it's a perfect time to see that, you know what? There's so much fear surrounding Friday the 13th. It's unlucky. But no, guys. It's the charge we put to it. And 13 is the lucky number. And it's a magical day. It's all about expanding our spheres of knowledge. I want to thank you for joining me here. Much love and healing vibes sent your way to create with today.